Love is the binding, harmonizing power in the universe. I am filled with love today. I am grateful.
That was a lot of fun. You did a good job there. Yeah. All right, well, welcome. Aloha, everyone. Oh, today's daily word is great. It's change. And for Sunday, February 11th, 2018, the affirmation, I rely on the guidance of Spirit to lead me through the necessary changes. I have learned through my experience that change is an essential element of my spiritual journey. I have also learned that I have within me the guidance I need to make the choices that I will most effectively move forward. Change is simply a consequence of choice. I do not need to resist it, nor do I need to seek it out forcefully. I relax and trust the guidance of Spirit within me to show me the changes that are mine to make, and to lead me away from the change that are not needed on my path. If for former negative ways of thinking appear, I turn within and step forward boldly in faith, and I rely on the guidance of Spirit to lead me through the necessary changes. I'm about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and the rivers in the desert, is Isaiah 43:19. So the word today is change. Affirmation, I rely on the guidance of Spirit to lead me through necessary changes. Together. I rely on the guidance of Spirit to lead me through the necessary changes. Aloha.
And now is the time where I invite you to visualize our sanctuary as a beautiful heart. And let's see this heart moving in and around and through each one of us, filled with our love. This month of love, there's no boundaries in our love. Back into Sunday school with Kayla and the children. And just breathe into this beautiful heart space. We know that God is the center of love in our being. That light, that love, that Spirit is filling us right now and overflowing, so much so that we have more than enough love to send out into the world. In these moments, if you know of anyone in need of prayer or any circumstance in your life or in our world in need of prayer, see them in our heart as we say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now I invite you to get comfortable where you are. Don't lay on the floor. And let's take a moment to just center ourselves in that light and that love space in our being. And we do this by breathing. Taking a deep breath, that very breath of life that is God. And hold it for a moment. And as we exhale, we begin to relax. Breathing in again deeply. And holding it briefly. When we exhale this time, we quiet our mind. We calm our emotions. And we feel that sense of peace, the sense of harmony in our body. And once more, breathe in. And exhaling this time, we rest in the consciousness of our heart. And now I invite you to just follow your breath. allowing it to be an easy in, easy out. Relaxing into this holy moment. And we know and affirm right here and right now, there is only one presence and one power active as our lives and in the universe, God the Good. Maybe your sense of love is very quiet right now. Maybe your sense of love is exuberant. However love expresses itself through you, that's the light, the love, the Spirit of God, the universe shining on our world. Loving, loved, beloved. These are all wonderful words that we use to express love. And knowing with love comes harmony. With love comes satisfaction and a sense of deep caring for ourselves and others. We have more than enough love in our being to fill this room, to fill this community, and out into our world. Jesus said, "Love one another as I have loved you." And we have the opportunity and the challenge today to take that into our heart and know that there's more than enough love in us that can come through us. And now I invite you to get comfortable where you are. Don't lay on the floor. And let's take a moment to just center ourselves in that light and that love space in our being. And we do this by breathing. Taking a deep breath, that very breath of life that is God. And hold it for a moment. And as we exhale, we begin to relax. Breathing in again deeply and holding it briefly. When we exhale this time, we quiet our mind. We calm our emotions. And we feel that sense of peace, the sense of harmony in our body. And once more, breathe in. And exhaling this time, we rest in the consciousness of our heart. And now I invite you to just follow your breath, allowing it to be an easy in, easy out. Relaxing into this holy moment. And we know and affirm right here and right now, there is only one presence and one power active as our lives and in the universe, God the Good. Maybe your sense of love is very quiet right now. Maybe your sense of love is exuberant. However love expresses itself through you, that's the light, the love, the Spirit of God, the universe shining on our world. loving, loved, beloved. These are all wonderful words that we use to express love. And knowing with love comes harmony. With love comes satisfaction and a sense of deep caring for ourselves and others. We have more than enough love in our being to fill this room, to fill this community, to lighten this world. As we go into a time of quiet prayer, affirm this with me in your mind and in your heart. I am love. I am love. I am love. And if there is any need that you have that you're aware of this day, if there is a gratitude that wants to be expressed by you, allow this in these moments of silence to spring forth right here and right now. Taking another deep breath. And we just feel that love expanding within us. We know this love is filling every cell of our body and connecting with the highest consciousness of truth in us. We know that our love fills this room, connecting with all the hearts in this room. And in these moments, we just say, thank you, God. Thank you, whole Spirit of truth, for reminding us that we are love. We are loving and we are loved. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Who's filled with love today? Those of you who didn't put your hand up, let those people who love this room, raise your hand if you didn't raise your hand. Because we're going to be loving you up today. At least you're aware of it. We're aware of when we're loving, and we're aware when we're not. So this is our Valentine's Sunday. And hopefully all of you got a little card in your bulletin. Hopefully, and if you didn't, you can raise your hand. And it looks like Kristen will hand one to you. Because this is our Sunday, this is actually our month of building a firm foundation in love. February is the day, the month to do that. And so what I'm going to have you do at the end of my talk is to write a little love note to anyone, to yourself, to a person you love, whether they're present or not, whether they've passed on or not. And we're going to fill a little love box with those love notes. Because we never know where love is coming from, do we? Kristen, can I give you this and you can put it on the table? And you can take the top off. So I hope to inspire you to bring out the love that's already in you. Think that can happen today? Yeah. Okay, God, let's do it. Ready? Love. I might get a little mushy and I might get a little teary-eyed because love tends to do that. Does it do that to you too? When you feel love for someone or when you're with someone, those little faucets begin to stream down. And they're tears of love. That's like our heart opening up and saying, I'm really with you. I'm really present with you. And I want to acknowledge and honor everybody for this 1 hour or more. There's no cell phones. There's no smiley faces. There's no selfies happening. You actually are present in this moment with each other. Give yourselves a round of applause. Because it's okay, who walked in with their phone? Jim. We're so funny. We love it. Don't we love our humor in this ministry? Yes. We got a lot of love. We got a lot of humor. We got a lot of faith and prayer. And it all makes this love expand in our heart. And so what I wanted to start off with saying is, do you remember, and I don't even know how long ago, but it's been a long time ago, when it was really fashionable to talk to your plants? And you played beautiful music or heavy metal if that was your preference. Because if you wanted to have one of those things you want, the Venus flytrap, they probably need heavy metal, right? But do you remember how popular that was? And so how many of you might even think that you still do it sometimes? I do. Do you talk to trees and flowers and butterflies and dragonflies? Okay, we can admit it, and I promise I won't pan the camera around so that y'all can see yourselves admitting to how beautiful it can be. Because I raised my kids that way. You talk to a plant before you trim it. You talk to it before you pull the leaves off. You talk to the trees, the grass before you mow it. And what does it do to you? How does it feel when you give love to something? That good? What does it feel like? Give me some words. It blesses back. What else does it do? Makes you feel happy. Makes you have joy in your heart. And you feel the essence of God. So we take it to the next level. And we give love and appreciation to people. Does it always work? Reciprocity kind? I can't even say that word. No. Why do you think that is? Who blocks the love? Is it you or the other person? Did you say the other person? Jim, that's not part of my lesson. Okay, I'll phrase it another way. When you're with someone and all of a sudden you just don't feel the love flowing, who might be turning off the flow? Okay, good. That's the answer I wanted today. But you know, in unity, you can look at all ways of everything. It's called good-natured flexibility. So I practice and like to remember to practice that there's more than enough love in me to expand to anyone and everyone. And when the love doesn't seem to be given back, maybe that's just not the time for the love between you to flow. Does that happen? Yes, it does, because we're human. And one of the things that I've been working on this week with this whole love adventure, because I consciously, as you are, am practicing building a firmer foundation in love. Are we not? Because that is what we're about. So if we build this firm foundation in truth, we know we're going to have love. So what if we didn't listen to all the thoughts in our head when we're walking towards somebody and we start to do our best thing? What is it? Jimmy got that right. We judge. We begin to criticize. Do you ever try to categorize somebody that you don't know, but you think you know? Then we're back to the 4 agreements, because we're assuming a lot and we know nothing. So in Unity, Charles Fillmore wrote this about love, that it's the pure essence of being that binds together the whole human family. Of all the attributes of God, love is undoubtedly the most beautiful. Wouldn't you say? When we take those moments and we look at the sunset, the sunrise. Lately, we've had some gorgeous weather here. And we often say it's like diamonds on the water. It's so sparkly. And so Charles wrote, divine love is impersonal. It loves for the sake of loving. It is not concerned with what or who we love, nor with the return of love. Like the sun, its joy is shining forth in its nature. Think back when you were a child. Did people tell you to not be so happy? Anybody ever tell you that?
Yeah.
Did anybody ever say, you're a dreamer?
Yeah.
Will you wipe that smug look off your face? Anybody hear that? Because didn't we, when we were being disciplined maybe, I don't know if you were this way, I'd be like, inside, I know what's really happening here. And this is not it. You know? Because you think about it, especially because I was raised with Catholic nuns, and most of them were fabulous. There were a couple superiors that were superior. And they really wanted you to feel that. And so it's very interesting how all of those experiences that we've had in our life, they open our love faucet or they shut it down. Then we become wonderful grown adults. We begin to adventure on our own. We make mistakes. We go down different paths. But eventually, we're all led back to us. And it's love. And then we get to come to Unity and go, holy cow, there's other people who think like I do. There's other people who feel like I do. There's spirit in every one of us. And I always hear in my voice, in my mind, Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. And did he not bring love and forgiveness to this planet? Powerful, powerful lessons over 2,000 years ago. Wouldn't we be blessed to have anything we wrote practiced 2,000 years from now? That would be a great gift. And so we know that when we let go and trust God, that love will manifest within our being. Do you have any conditions about the people in your life that you love? I do. Oh, he does have some against me too. Good, good, good. I didn't think I wanted to be alone in that adventure. But what if every morning when you woke up with a significant other or just with yourself, you said, like Louise Hay often said, I love you, Deb, just the way you are. And then when you take a shower, you shower yourself with blessings. You shower yourself with love. What if you pictured that shower head, that every bead of water that came down on you was a love bead? These things change our life. They change our perspective. And it helps us build that firm foundation. Also, when we shower or rinse off with a hose or jump in the ocean, we let go of things that no longer serve us. That's a beautiful thing too. And so in Unity, what I've learned so much in these last 40 years is that we are here to love one another. And the only thing permanent is today's daily word, and that's change. Life will always be coming and going, moving in and around and through us. But we get to have the opportunity to have tools that will tell us, oh, I get to look for the good here. And that is a fabulous opportunity. Because you know when you're with someone, if they're looking for the good or they're looking for the not so good. Don't we? Yes, we do. With everyone, even ourselves. And so, what's the magical thing to do? Set aside what we think we know and cultivate that don't know mind that says, there's love here. I just know it. And maybe this isn't the time to feel it, but I'll give them my love. And that's a gift. Because in the giving is the receiving. And I'll bet you that when you give love to someone, even if it isn't reciprocated right then and there, somewhere in the next few steps, guess what? Someone's gonna love you. And how do we get that love? We step outside of ourselves. We step out of our comfort zone. We step out and say, here I am. And it feels like you're naked when you're not in your zone, doesn't it? And so an anagram came to me about the word love. And it's letting something. One moment, please. Let me check my notes. Okay, because this will be something I got to learn this week, you know. Letting ourselves be vulnerable everywhere. Letting ourselves be vulnerable. How many of you love to be vulnerable? How many of you might like it? Sharon just does it.
I don't know, I just feel like I fit myself.
You be yourself. You just be yourself. And that's what we want to do, is be ourselves. And are we always ourselves? No, because we're on this planet. We're learning. We're growing. We're experiencing life together. And I know for me, the more vulnerable